Some Philippine senators want to defund the government's anti-communist insurgency task force after persistently red-tagging community pantry organizers. In a tweet Wednesday, April 21, Senator Joel Villanueva says the 19.1 billion peso budget of the task force against local communists is just going to waste. This comes after its spokesperson, Lieutenant General Antonio Parlade Jr., likens community pantry organizers to Satan. Villanueva proposes to reallocate the task force's budget into subsidies for Filipinos severely affected by the pandemic. Senator Sherwin Gatchalian agrees with Villanueva, saying the NTF-ELCAC's red-tagging practices are not worth taxpayers' money. Senator Nancy Binay likewise tells CNN Philippines it's high time to review NTF-ELCAC's budget. Senator Risa Ontiveros from the minority bloc is thankful that other senators in the majority bloc are now pushing to defund NTF-ELCAC. But presidential spokesman Harry Roque defends the task force's budget, saying defunding it is unjustified.
Ang pagkakaalam ko po, yung pondo ng ELCAC para po sa mga proyekto na magbibigay ng asenso at progreso sa mga lugar na meron pang mga rebelde. Hindi naman po justified yan. No?
Realigning NTF-ELCAC's 2021 budget for subsidies as proposed by Villanueva is easier said than done. Congress will have to pass an enabling law similar to Bayanihan 1 and 2 for the budget to be reallocated. The United States strongly advises its citizens against traveling to the Philippines, where a drastic increase in coronavirus cases has been reported in recent weeks. In an advisory dated Tuesday, April 20, the U.S. State Department says the country's Centers for Disease Control and Prevention issued a Level 4 travel health notice for the Philippines. Alert Level 4 means do not travel. In the same advisory, the U.S. also urges its citizens currently in the Philippines to exercise increased caution due to crime, terrorism, civil unrest, and kidnapping. The U.S. also says travel plans to Mindanao should also be reconsidered over similar concerns. Meanwhile, in a hearing on the red tape involving experimental drugs, House Deputy Speaker Bernadette Herrera D. asks FDA Director General Eric Domingo why the health regulatory body could not widen the scope of emergency use of drugs in the country. Domingo says a law is needed to allow the agency to quickly approve the use of experimental drugs during a public health emergency. Herrera D. is one of the lawmakers actively pushing for anti-parasitic drug ivermectin to be legally available in the Philippines. The Philippines slips 2 more places, ranking 138th out of 180 nations in the Reporters Without Borders or RSF World Press Freedom Index for 2021. This is the 4th consecutive year that the Philippines dropped in the index, which ranks 180 countries according to the level of freedom given to journalists in a particular country. RSF cites the continued attacks of President Rodrigo Duterte and his administration on the media, including, quote, the grotesque judicial harassment campaign against Rappler and its CEO Maria Ressa, and the government-backed shutdown of the country's largest broadcaster, ABS-CBN. On top of this, RSF also cites online harassment and red tagging or the labeling as communists or terrorists of journalists and perceived enemies of the Duterte administration. RSF says, quote, the persecution of the media has been accompanied by online harassment campaigns orchestrated by pro-Duterte troll armies, which also launched cyber attacks on alternative news websites and the site of the National Union of Journalists of the Philippines in order to block them. Globally, RSF reports journalism, quote, is completely or partially blocked in 132 countries, a worrisome development amid the coronavirus pandemic. RSF also finds at least 10 countries in the Asia-Pacific region use the pandemic to stifle dissent and spread disinformation. RSF says China at 177th is, quote, the world's undisputed specialist when it comes to censorship and has taken advantage of the pandemic to further enhance its control over online information. The Korean pop superstars of BTS sent a special shout-out to their Filipino fans. In a video greeting posted by Filipino Telco Smart Wednesday, April 21, the BTS boys say they look forward to meeting their Filipino ARMYs once the COVID-19 pandemic is over.
아미분들 정말 필리핀에 계신 분들도 특히 못 본 지가 굉장히 오래됐는데요. 이 긴 겨울이 끝나면 곧 만났으면 좋겠고요. 정말 많이 보고 싶습니다.
다들 올해는 우리 모두 건강하고 빨리 코로나가 종식되어 직접 찾아뵙는 그날까지. Peace. Peace out.
BTS is known for actively engaging their fans amid the COVID-19 pandemic. Since then, the group continues to hit milestones one after another, their historical first Grammy nomination and Dynamite music video being the fastest Korean group music video to reach 1 billion views. A video claiming Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte ordered the imprisonment of former Senator Sonny Trillanes is false. On April 15, YouTube channel Philippines Trending News posts a video titled "Duterte confirms he will have Trillanes imprisoned." The video with this claim has more than 38,000 views as of Wednesday, April 21. Duterte has not ordered Trillanes' arrest. Trillanes' rebellion case was dismissed by the Court of Appeals on March 1. Justice Secretary Minardo Guevara says it would be premature for Trillanes to celebrate the court's decision, as, quote, "the battle is certainly far from over." But Guevara did not mention imprisonment. Trillanes has also posted bail for other cases against him. He posted bail in February 2020 for one count of conspiracy to commit sedition. He also posted bail at least 4 times over libel cases filed against him by the president's son and Davao City Representative Paulo Duterte.